Hey everybody, welcome to the show. I'm your host Sandman. Today we're going to be picking this weather-resistant padlock from Maxx. Let's get into it. I have a sneaking suspicion that this is a laminated padlock. It is basically going to be a Master Lock clone. Why are we picking it, Sandman? Because this is like one of the most common locks that you will find in all the gas stations, at the very least in Central Texas, but at every gas station I've been to, these guys are there. I did recently pick a 5-pin version of this. It's an all brass padlock. This is the 4-pin version. It is, let's see here, lock material, 1.5-inch laminated galvanized steel body. So I was correct on that. Shackle material, chrome plated, cut resistant, hardened steel. Weather resistance, laminated galvanized steel body with full body weather guard cover. So these things, if I remember correctly, let's actually get into this. Yeah, so they're made in China. They're designed in Illinois, but they're like manufactured somewhere else. I don't know. Designed in Illinois. Maxx is a trademark of Linco Products. Anyways, $15, same price as the previous lock that we picked. Super common in Texas at the very least. So let's go ahead and see if we can get into it. Let's see. Oh, it says pick resistant. Let's see if it's resistant to picking. We're going to do something that we never do, and that is we're going to try raking this bad boy open before we single pin pick it, because I want to see, I want to see if it's pick resistant. Let's give that a try. I'm going to have to cut this guy open. Hold on. Performing surgery. Man, wouldn't it be funny if like it takes longer to get into the package than it takes to get into the lock? Yeah, I have a feeling that may be the case, but I've run into locks that I thought should be easy and they weren't. Okay, here we are. We got to earn those keys though, right? So here's the key. Let's take a look at the bidding. Pretty vanilla. Pretty vanilla. Very vanilla. Okay, so I don't know. I'm going to keep my expectations low on this. Kind of looks like an M1 keyway, but obverse. So the opposite of an M1, the exact reverse of it. They call that the obverse. Obverse. Okay. You know what? This weather guard is actually going to keep me from being able to put in a lot of tension tools in here. Interesting. Interesting. Let's give this a try. Pick resistant. Let's see. Okay, got the tool in. I felt a couple pins set. I tried a kinetic attack. Now we're just trying our scrubbing technique. So far, the lock is holding up. Let's reset. Man, that weather guard really gets in the way. Maybe that's the pick resistance. Here I am talking all this trash, and I haven't got the lock open yet. Clearly, my confidence is not lacking. Okay. We're going to do something. Before we move into single pin picking, I want to add some lubricant here, and let's see if that changes our dynamic. I'm using a Tri-Flow pinpoint lubricator. These are way overpriced on Amazon, man. Still looking for a supplier. I think I've purchased one of these for like $8 or $9 at like like a McCoy's or something like that. But man, when you buy these things on Amazon, they're like $17, bro. All right, before I go to pick this, I'm actually just gonna work those pins up and down. All right, let's try this again. I cannot get very much of a purchase because this weather stripping here. So let's see if we can zoom in, get a better look at what I'm doing. Oh, we got it. That's all it needed was lubricant. Pick resistant. Yeah, until you add some lubricant. We earned our keys. Let's try that again. We do want to do a single pin pick, I think. Yeah, see, I only get like maybe somewhere between 1/8 and 1/4 of an inch of purchase. Yeah, there's no pick resistance in here whatsoever. The only pick resistance is that it's dry, like the sands of the Sahara Desert. Don't listen to me. Okay, here we go. So this thing just rakes open super easy. We'll count down. Let's rake it one more time for a third time so we can Let's get this thing going. I want to put my pick track on here, but with these rubber bumpers, I don't think it'll fit very well. I'd love to get a good time on it though. Let's see here. Countdown in 3, 2, 1, go. 1,000, 1,000, 2 seconds. 2 seconds. All right, so there's no pick resistance to this. I didn't expect that there would be. Let's go single pin picking this thing. And I don't know how I'm going to do that because I can't get the turning tool to make contact with the top of the keyway very well because of this weather guard here. That's the pick resistance, I guess. Maybe that's what they mean. Maybe that's it. Hang on, let me look for my pick. This will work. Using a Jimy Longs gym hook in 19 thou. Just feeling for binding pins. That back pin and pin number 2 feel like they're binding. Let's try that back pin first. That'd be pin number 4. Nope. Let's try pin number 2. Okay, got to click out of 2. Let's try nothing on 1, nothing on 2. Let's go try 3. Click out of 3. Try 4. Click out of 4. 1's left. This lock feels really weird when I'm single pin picking it. Let's try this again. I think it's because I don't have much of a purchase here with my tensioner. First, we need to use the correct thickness of tension. There we go. I think that'll work better. Our 1 millimeter here. All right, let's give this a try. I'm going to use some heavy tension. Okay, that was a click out of 3. That was a click out of 2. Oh, excuse me, that was 1. So 3 and 1. 2. Now let's go to 4. Yep, that's what it was. And it's kind of goofy picking off of this weather stripping, but there's no pick resistance in here. There's no security pins whatsoever. So what I picked just now was 3, 1, 2, 4. So let's see if that's the binding order. Why not? It's only a 7-minute video so far. So skip 1, 2, let's go to 3. Okay. What that weather stripping. That's the only pick resistance to this lock is the weather stripping. I don't think I heard pin 3 drop. Let's go back to 3. Okay, there's 3. I think it's 3, 1, 2, 4. Let's go to 1. Okay, let's go to 2. Okay, let's go to 4. And then we got it. That's it. That's not too hard. Not too hard, not too shabby, not pick resistant. Listen, locks are only for honest people. Not everybody can walk around picking locks like I can. Obviously, adding lubricant helped do this. Helped get into lock much easier. You know, I couldn't rake it. I couldn't rake it until I added lubricant. And once I added lubricant, you saw that 2 seconds, 3 times in a row. So, and then single pin picking, the only thing that was resistant to this was this rubber guard here. Can this, I bet this could be removed. Yes. Look at that. That's all it is. It's just a, that's all it is, man. It's just a Master Lock clone. That's all it is. Yeah. So if you come across one of these in the wild, you can just peel that, that thing off and you have immediate access to it. You know, this rolls out because the depth of pin number 1 is not very deep. So what you do is you use a top of keyway flat tensioner, flat bar, like these here that I've put a bend in. These are just multi-pick that I put a 35-degree bend in. And here we go. I bet it's a little bit easier to pick. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there's different binding order, honestly. There's probably more than one. Let's try a different binding order. Let's try 1. Okay. Click out of 1. 2. 3. 4. That wasn't it. What did I drop? 1 again. There it is. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Interesting. Well, listen, it's a fun lock. I don't know. It's not that fun. It's not $15 kind of fun. I don't know. I pick locks. That's what I do. So is it fair? I just don't think it's pick resistant. That's all. All it needed was lubricant. It has pins and it has a keyway. Therefore, in theory, it's pick resistant. But I think that pick resistance to me means paracentric keyway. So the warding should be overlapping itself like this, not open like a hallway. And I feel like they could have added one security pin, just one. And that would have made it pick resistant, honestly. But that's all we have. That's what we have. Cargo Maxx. Folks, what do you think? Do you think this Cargo Maxx lives up to the hype? I don't know. I'm a good picker some days, sometimes. I mean, I tell myself I'm a good picker. And so maybe it's not that fair. But I really don't think that they should be putting pick resistance on this thing, because that's false advertising. It's not pick resistant. That's all I have for today, folks. Let me know in the comments down below. What are your thoughts? Have you tried any of these Cargo Maxx locks? I like buying locks that I just find in a while. I love buying locks from, like, I don't know, my local grocer, you know, the local grocery stores. I love buying locks from Walmart, Home Depot, and the gas stations now. I think it's fun. I think it's fun. I love buying those because I love seeing locks in the wild, knowing exactly what the lock is and what to expect and how quick I can get into it or not. There's been a couple locks I've seen out in the wild I just could not get into, but they were completely like seized up. But you never know. You never know. The secret to these, as always, that we find is always use lubricant. Don't go in dry, my friends. Don't go in dry. Do the lock a favor. Use some lubricant. That's all I have for today, folks. Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll catch you guys next time.